So we're trying something a little bit different because I'm in between and I genuinely think that I'm at the point where I'm good. I'm good with WWE 2K23. I don't want to do any more matches. And, the reality of the situation is we went this route before and um we've went this route before and this is a little different than the last time we went this way. Well, the last time we went this way, it was using WWE 2K, and that was actually before I just focused on doing the matches. Um, but we are at the point where I honestly don't really want to purchase 2K24 just yet, because I have other stuff that is going on and other stuff that I'm going to be focusing on, and also a little bit of cleaning I have to do. There's a lot of different stuff going on. And, the fact of the matter is, I just don't know what the right step is per se, but what I do know is that trying something different may not be a bad idea. So, as we look forward, there's been a lot of commotion over the last couple of months about Finn Balor being one of those guys that had their contract expiring. And it was Finn Balor, it was Becky Lynch, it was Drew McIntyre. A lot of top stars in WWE had their contracts expiring. And Finn has become one of the more premier focuses of WWE over the last couple of months or over the last couple of years as a part of the Judgment Day. And the fact of the matter is, as of Monday, reported by Fightful, Finn Balor is expected to stay with WWE, as Finn took to Twitter or X and said, "Thank you to WWE for an incredible 10 years, and after much thought and consideration, I have decided now is the right time to say, I ain't going nowhere." Finn Balor officially has re-signed with WWE, and according to reports also from WrestlingInc.com, Finn signed a long-term extension with the company and will remain a member of WWE. It is unclear what the future holds for Finn Balor. With it is unclear what the future holds for Finn Balor with Damian Priest. That's what I was trying to figure out. After Damian Priest won the world title at WrestleMania. I don't know why I was so fixated on other stuff, but whatever I do know is maybe scaling back on the presence of the Judgment Day with Damian Priest now world champion for the time being. It makes a question of what is next for Finn with his partner as world champion. My thing is, the Judgment Day have been the focus of WWE for the last couple of months, maybe the last year or two, so maybe scaling back a little bit would not be the worst idea. But now we shift to something else that is becoming the focus, and that is ever changing and continuing to evolve, and that is the Bloodline, with Tama Tonga joining Solo Sikoa after excommunicating Jimmy Uso. The question is, what happens next with the Bloodline? And the answer, according to PW Insider Elite and Fightful, that former MLW heavyweight champion Jacob Fatu could be making his debut in WWE as the newest member of the Judgment Day as early as this week's SmackDown. Another signing that could jump past NXT. Jacob Fatu, for those who aren't aware, Fatu is the cousin to Reigns, Sikoa, and the Usos. And honestly, he was Along with Alexander Hammerstone and Richard Holliday, Jacob Fatu was one of the premier free agents in wrestling after during his run with MLW, and he has become one of the more premier free agents in wrestling since his contract with MLW expired, and it's been heavily rumored ever since that he would sign with WWE. I mean, Jacob Fatu is by far, again, next to Alex Hammerstone and Richard Holliday, and of course MJF, Jacob Fatu is one of the top stars, or was one of the top stars of MLW, and basically holds the record for the longest reigning MLW heavyweight champion in the history of that company at 819 days, which is absolutely crazy. But it shows how much of an investment Court Bauer put in the fellow NOIE family member, and also how much belief he had in Fatu to lead his company alongside Lance NOIE and I forget the other guy from his tag team, but it was Lance, him, and somebody else. I forget who it was though. But either way, Jacob won the title in July 2019 at Kings of Colosseum, and then lost the title to Hammerstone at Fightland in 2021, holding the title for over 3 years, but almost 3 years, but over 1,000 days. Almost 1,000 days. Currently, Satoshi Kojima is actually the MLW Heavyweight Champion, winning it back in February. But Jacob Fatu has been off the radar since leaving MLW. And honestly, if Jacob Fatu, which a lot of people are expecting Fatu to join WWE and side with Solo and Tama Tonga, if Jacob joins WWE and joins the Bloodline, it would be not just the most dangerous faction in the company, but also a fresh coat of paint on an ever-evolving storyline that I think a lot of people may have figured that after WrestleMania may have finally subsided, it may have finally subsided, but I don't think anybody expected things to go the way they have with this faction that, the evolution of the Bloodline is even better than the way they told the story, is just as good as the story they told heading into WrestleMania, which is actually fascinating how they continue to evolve a never-ending story. But it also just shows how all-encompassing this NOIE family tree is, and how things continue to change on SmackDown. I mean, I just don't know, in my opinion, if Solo Sikoa is somebody that is considered a leader, but also with Tama Tonga and Solo on SmackDown and Jacob Fatu's imminent arrival, the draft is this weekend, or this Friday night. So I don't know if that is actually going to be playing in any part in what happens to the Bloodline in the draft. Do they stay on SmackDown? Do they head to Raw? What happens with the Bloodline? And all that and more, you will have to wait and find out what happens on SmackDown this week. With the WWE draft returning, things are going to be shaken up. But with that being said, if you want to see more unique content just like this, there's only one place for it, and that's right here at Wrestling Express. So drop a like, subscribe, and come back next time, because I'm done for now. Much love.